Hey y'all, welcome back to Trendy DIY 29, back with another video. In this video, guys, I'm going to show you around the garden. There's still things that are growing, things that need to be ripped out. I've already ripped out a few things and started new plants for the fall garden. So this video should be somewhat interesting and a little bit different because there are a lot of plants that are missing. So let's check it out. Right here in this container, I'm growing some cherry bell radishes. As we all know, radishes grow really fast, so that's just going to help with some of the gardener burnout, is to start off growing something that's going to grow fast so that you can get instant and fast results, which is going to make you want to continue gardening, because this is around the time when people get burnt out and they lose their will to take their garden all the way through the fall to the winter. So we're going to try to make sure that that's what we do. So we have some cherry bells growing, and as you can see, they're doing great. The spacing is great. I may be able to fit maybe one more or two more in this space, so we should be harvesting some in a few weeks. Down here, guys, I have some spinach started. As you can see, the spinach is already pushed through the soil, which is really nice. We've been getting a lot of rain, so which I really think helped these plants to germinate, but we're getting cool nights as well. Right here, I have some black seeded Simpson lettuce. If you look really close, there's like one right there. But other than that, that's it. But you have to be careful because I can see a feather right here. So sometimes birds will eat your seeds. So I might have to cover this up because birds could have potentially eaten them, because lettuce grows really fast. So I should have lettuce. Down here, guys, I have some roquette arugula. I absolutely love arugula, so I'm definitely going to be filling in these empty spaces because I want a full bed of it. And then, of course, we have our Swiss chard, and this is the rainbow. As you guys can see, I ripped out all of the cherry tomatoes. And I have in some collard plants, which really have been ripped to shreds because I've not been out here like that. So different collards. And then in the back, I planted new plants in some of them. I don't know if you guys can see that, but some of them are coming through. So this should eventually be filled with just curly kale and collards and red Russian kale. So that should be nice to see. This bin still has a lot of action going on. We have some cucumbers down here still growing. The rosemary is absolutely beautiful. And this is all of the bok choy. And this is individual bok choy. So each plant is a single serving, which I thought is really good. So I'm going to have to go through here and thin these out. But I'm going to let them get a little bit bigger. But that's bok choy, which is a really good tasty thing to grow. And then we have some cucumbers, guys, so let's get these off. I kind of ripped out a lot of the cucumbers, but I'm gonna kind of let, that one was really prickly, kind of let this cucumber plant thrive since it's kind of still doing well. So we got one. And I'm going to show you guys, look out for the video of how to make these really crispy, delicious pickles. And if you look down here, there's another one, but he's small. I'm just going to leave him on there. But one of these plants is dying off, so this is the one that I'm probably going to rip out. And then in the back, I might add some other type of green. We have right here the pink Brandywine, guys. It's not doing well. So this pink Brandywine is going to have to go. So one little tiny tomato. The basil, I'm going to draw that out and look into the properties of basil and see what that could be used for. The chili peppers. This whole entire plant, guys, needs to be harvested. And as you can see, it's putting on flowers. It's doing well. So I'm going to try to overwinter some plants to see what's going on. Down here, guys, the carrots and stuff that I had down here, I pulled out. Right now, I am growing broccoli, and it looks like some onions are coming up, so we'll figure out that when the time comes. The echinacea is getting huge, and we can see you'll still have bees in your yard if you have echinacea. He's been on there for a while. And here goes a smaller bee. He's on there too. So I'm not going to bother them, but eventually these flowers are going to be picked and they're going to be dried and they're going to be put into some oil. These are the flowers that have yet to bloom, guys, so I don't know. Maybe I will and maybe I won't. They take a really long time, so I don't know. I would love to see what they look like, but still no buds. This lavender is just absolutely beautiful. I'm going to cut all this lavender down, and it's going to be dried because I want to hurry up and get it cut down and dried before it dies off. Same thing with these marigold flowers. They have to be dried out. And you guys can see our nasturtiums. I'm probably going to dry out some of those leaves as well. Our cherry tomatoes. It's not that great. So that's, you know, not that many on there. And then we have our first yellow tomatoes, guys. The lemon boys. So we're going to get these off. The lemon boy. And a little bit of insect damage. I'm just going to cut that off. These are the Cherokee purples. Because remember, we had a lot of rain. It's ideal to pick it before the rain comes because then it won't split. Cherokee purple. It sucks to have to rip this out because I only got one black beauty squash off of it. And I really don't see anything, another squash growing on it. A lot of just male plants. But it looks like it's trying to heal itself. So I might cut it down and just leave it. This one is probably definitely done because I have not gotten any of the circular squash off of it. And I believe that a vine borer, if you can see down there, got into it and killed it off. So, because look how dead that stem looks compared to this one. So that sucks. I didn't get any of the circle squash, but I tried. So next year, that's going to be the goal. The eggplant is still here. I just left it here just to see what temperature is going to be the temperature that kills it, just as an experiment. But there's nothing growing on here. It's not producing anymore. And then we have the Ichiban still producing. That's one right there, 2, 3. Yeah, so there's 3 on there. So the Ichiban, guys, and look, then there's another flower right there. There's a flower right there. So definitely next year, lots of Ichiban plants will be grown. They do really, really well. And look at my Cayenne Peppers. Like, they're already drying on the plant, which is not a bad thing. But all of these need to be picked. The Cayenne Peppers are doing really well. I pulled out the cucumber. But if you look down here, guys, I put in some mustard, some broadleaf mustard down here. So that's already sprouted. And just look at the massive amounts of peppers, guys. Like, I'm definitely gonna, I'm scared of fermentation because I'm just like, oh, I gotta learn something else. But that seems like that's the only way to really make good hot sauce. Because every time you try to figure out how to make hot sauce, everybody talks about fermentation. So that might just be something I'm gonna have to try. Look how beautiful the Swiss chard is growing up there, guys. The Lacinato Kale, or aka dinosaur kale, is growing well. I might break these apart because there are multiple plants in there and try to fill in some other spaces. We have our little orange hat tomato. They're just not doing well. They're finally producing, but you know, yellow tomatoes, I've learned they split fast. So you need to be really on your yellow tomatoes. The red ones can kind of wait. And I need to get in here with a stick. There's like spiders trying to build webs and stuff in here. So I want to get in here with a stick and clear all that stuff out. This is the lemon cucumber that I have yet to get. It looks healthy right here because it's on the peppers, but look how sick it looks. So I'm guessing I'm just not going to end up with a lemon cucumber. And it sucks. I just wanted at least one just to see it, and to see what it tastes like. But they are, look at that plant. It's done, I think. So I might as well just pull it out and let somebody else have this space. As you guys can see, the rosemary, beautiful. The hyssop, look how big and wide it's growing. Hyssop is beautiful. I need to cut some of this down and dry it out. Look at this, more cayenne peppers. So I'm going to try to overwinter my peppers and see how that works. This is green beans. Let's see, is there anything on here? Yep, there's a pepper down there and some spider webs. So we're definitely going to have to probably get in here with a power soaker. Over here, we have some more beans. We have dragon tongues right here. Huge. So let's just go ahead and get these off. I feel like the beans do way more better when it's cooler temperatures. Like our nights have been getting down, guys, like 55 degrees. But yet during the day, it'll be 77 still. So it's kind of weird weather. But we have some nice beans. So I'll probably cook these up for dinner tonight. Beautiful red bell pepper. I already had picked one. But just look how beautiful that bell pepper is. So we're going to go ahead and try to get this off. Because it's just like you want to leave it on there, but it's just like I am literally... Oh my goodness, I broke the whole plant off, but I'm going to be ripping the whole plant out anyway, so it doesn't matter. So... I dropped it. Sorry, guys. But I got it. The red pepper. Let's see, is there any more beans? I feel like this dragon tongue is getting sick because it has the little rust and stuff on there, like on the leaves, which is not really good. So I'm going to do a little bit of research and see exactly how long people say that the dragon tongue plants actually last. How well do they do in cooler temperatures? And then I'll go from there to make my decision whether or not that they should be ripped out or not. But I feel like these green bean plants over here, it's like, you know, not hardly anything on here. So I'm just going to rip the plant out. And this is what I had. And give this spot to something else. It's hard to do, guys, believe me. Like, for instance, right here, my lemon cucumber really wanted it. But it's just sick. And there's really nothing else I can do. I gotta rip it out and give another plant a chance. Now, this one right here, I just want it to grow so bad, guys. But you see this? It looks like it's trying, but I just don't know if I can trust it. So I just ripped that out. We have green beans right here. I'm going to take these. I feel like green beans take up a lot of space where you can be growing something more substantial that you get more food from in the green stalk. I feel like growing your green beans up the trellis is like a more better way. And I just literally, I'm ripping these plants out. It hurts, but I have to do what I got to do. Like, look how tall this green bean plant has gotten, but look at all that rust. Why try to save this? It's late in the season. You need to try to get your plants established before the frost come, because just because they're frost tolerant, they need to be established first in order for them to be protected. The cantaloupe, nothing happened. Up there, I have this lemon cucumber, guys. I just ripped it out. I'm done with it. We have another bean plant. Look, the beans aren't even growing healthy. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to get these out of there. Like, look at this bean. Like, it's not even, like, substantial looking. So I'm ripping this bean plant out. This one, yeah, it has pods and stuff on it. If I want to leave it in, but look at the plant. It has a little bit of rust. But I have a whole trellis of beans growing. But, I don't know, guys. What do you think? See how hard it is? Because you take your time to grow it, so it's hard to pull it out. Because you want to feel like, oh, I'm going to get more. But you got to be real with yourself in the amount of time that you have to get plants established. So this green bean plant, he's pretty tall, but I got one weird looking green bean off of him. I see some pods coming out. So I'm just going to leave him in there. That's one. I'm just going to leave him in there. You know. Down here, guys, I have some cabbage in here. It's called Cabbage, Nero di Tuscana. And I have 3. I'm trying to do at least 3 of each to make sure it's enough food. Down here, I did more mustard greens. And this bell pepper, I'm going to leave him in here because I'm going to dig this one out and I'm going to try to overwinter him. There's a green one on here, but I have green bell pepper already in the refrigerator, so I'm just going to leave him on there. Now, these beans up here, like I said, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this because it looks sick. And then the Royal Burgundy beans look kind of done. I just found another dragon tongue that was hot, and that's what they do. They hide. I might cook up some steaks and saute these vegetables, guys, and call that a dinner. Like, nothing too spectacular. I got to get all of these peppers, so I'll probably make a separate video for pepper harvesting and then show you guys how I'm going to do the whole process, because these are a lot of peppers. So I know if I want a lot of peppers, I only need, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I had 6 cayenne plants. Take you guys over here to the patch. As you can see, like I said, that the Black Beauty zucchini, I got one off of it so far, is actually coming back to heal itself. But down here, the little circle round zucchini, it's just really, really bad, covered in powdery mildew. But then I do see some fresh leaves, but I can see where the vine borer got it. So I'm probably just going to pull that whole plant out, start something new. We have our watermelon. I really, guys, highly doubt if I'm going to get a watermelon. It's too late. The peas that I put down here, the sugar snap peas, as you guys can see, they're already growing. So they're down here. They're going to need to be weaved onto this trellis. These cucumbers right here, this plant is really sick. I can see it's struggling to develop one down there. I'm just going to go ahead and pull this whole plant out, put something else. Right here was when I was trying to grow onions from the green onion. But it seems like they're just growing like massive green onions, which is cool, but it didn't grow a full bulb, which is weird. So I'm probably going to pull those out. And this is some more Swiss chard. I'm probably going to dig that up, move that somewhere else, probably into the green stock. And then in the back, my tomatoes, I'm going to have to take these out. Look, it's trying to grow some more. The Cherokee purple is healthy, and so is the lemon boy, but there's really no point. They need to come out. The bay leaf plant, he's doing well. If you look close, lots of new growth is on there. And go around to the back. Look how beautiful the nasturtiums are now that it's cool. Like, it's so pretty. It's kind of wet and damp out here too, but you see this isn't doing well, so I'm going to have to take that out. But all of this stuff I should replace by tomorrow, so hopefully it doesn't rain or anything crazy. Over here, guys, you know, we have the Cherokee purple. All of the rain, they cracked. And only thing I've been doing, oh crap, almost knocked the whole plant over, is making sauce from these, and then I can it. Or you can chop it up, freeze it, and make like tomatoes for like when you make soups and stuff. This one is like super messed up. So this one, I'm not sure. It may or may not, because there's a soft spot right there. So I don't know. Okay. And then over here, guys, if you look down there, plants keep growing mushrooms. That's the thing about drip irrigation. But in here, I put in cabbage. So there's some cabbages in there that are growing. And there's a lot of tomatoes on this plant. But the thing is, they're ripening, but they're ripening small. Like that one's really messed up. So I'm probably going to rip out this plant as well. This pink Brandywine, I might as well get this one. It's blushing already, so it'll turn in the house. And I'm just going to sit it in the window. Or you can do fried green tomatoes. I haven't done that yet. When they're green, they're harder to get off the plant. And I just keep twisting, 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 and they'll pop off. I see one down here that's turning. Right there. And I believe I see another yellow one. So I'm going to go around. Let me see. It was a yellow. I swore I just saw it. Like, am I tripping? But there was literally another one. Yeah, right here. But yellow tomatoes are so fragile, guys. Look. So they're really banged up, is basically because their season is over. So it's getting dark. I'm probably not going to have time to pull anything else. So I'll just pop some seeds probably inside of the green stalk. So I have some cabbages going and broccoli, collards, bok choy, kale, beans. Let's check that out. I forgot to tell you guys, but they're here finally. They're hanging from the trellis. And they're big. Like, I've never had Kentucky Wonder Beans, but you really don't want them to bulge. You want to pick them before they bulge. And they're strings, so you got to make sure you see this part, pull it off before you cook them. But my first batch, guys, of Kentucky Wonder Beans. And look how beautiful they wrap around. It's just amazing. So I'm definitely, oh crap, I'm too rough, guys. Use scissors. But I'm just gonna, you see that string that came off of it? So you do have to string these. Take the strings off of them. I hope you guys can see this, because for some reason it looks dark. So look how big this one got. That one's big and curled up. This is literally a lot. So let me put this in the basket, guys, because we have a nice amount of beans, so you can get the rest of these. So this is amazing. These are going right in a pot when I get home, get inside the house. I said when I get home, like I'm not out back. I like the size of these better than the green beans because they're more uniform, and it seems like they grow a lot at the same time. So I'll be able to get enough for a dinner because it goes all the way down. Like just picking forever. I definitely want to see how these freeze. Look at this, man. This is amazing. I put these out the perfect time because the size of these guys are absolutely crazy. And then they go all the way down here. And that's the thing. The beans, they're all the way down here too. So you gotta go all the way down. That's why growing them up a trellis, you get so many more because they have space to just grow and flourish. Which is amazing to me. These are just, this is a really prolific plant. Look at the flowers, guys. They're pretty too. So I'm trying to make sure I got all the big ones because you want to keep them picked. If you don't keep them picked, they're going to think that they've produced enough and then they can start to die off. But I'm definitely going to go and spray this probably tonight or tomorrow night with some neem oil. Just for safety precautions, because I do see a tiny bit of discoloration, a little bit of yellow, which could either mean too much rain or not enough nutrients. So I'm going to give it some fertilizer. And yeah, here's a big one. Whoop, it fell. But look at all the little baby ones. It's very, very productive. So let's check out what we got. And take my little cherry tomatoes. There's not many. This has to come up. Only reason I left it is because I saw that it was trying to fix itself and it's dying off on the bottom. But it's really out of season now for these tomatoes. 55-degree nights. They'll be okay, but eventually the 55 is going to turn to 50 and it's going to die. Don't try to hold on to your plants too long because then you might run out of time, especially if you're growing from seed. You're going to run out of time and not have any time to establish your other plants. Because like I said, just because they say that they are, cool tolerant, doesn't mean that they won't die. When they say cool tolerant, that means they have to be established good in their homes by a certain time. And in here, these are the tomatoes, guys, that got neglected. So that one's really bad. This one is bad. This one in the back, I can take it. It's small. Because remember, your plants are only going to do as good as the environment you put them in. And this is too small for these. So this is what happened. I never got them into the ground. So this is what happens. And this is probably, I'm going to just throw this whole plant away. It's done, basically. So I want you guys to check out these marigolds and see how they've literally reached all the way out. They're not playing. They've reached all the way out. They've laid across the ground. And I just love it. But I have to come out here, collect all of these flowers and cut them. And I'll tell you guys, I'll be making a video about what I'm going to do with all of the dried stuff once it's done. So look out for those. Make sure you like, you share, and you subscribe. And I will be back with another video.